Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of the Finish the Fight podcast. I'm Andrew and I'm the host. First, I just want to thank everybody who listened to yesterday's podcast. As of this morning, I got 75 downloads on it, and I'm very thankful for every single person who took the time out of their day to listen to me just talk about the Cowboys a little bit. In today's episode, we're going to be going over tonight's Thursday night game as well as a few key games, I think, for Sunday and the division race. This was recorded last night with me and my roommates, so that's why we're referring everything as in tomorrow because we did it last night. As well as at the end, I want to hit a little bit for all the Cowboy fans on Zeke a little bit, my opinions on him this year, as well as what you think about his contracts. I know a lot of Cowboy fans weren't happy with his contract situation and the fact that we signed him. So I just want to touch on that a little bit, and then that's going to be it for today's episode. So let's get into it. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the Finish the Fight podcast. My name is Andrew. Today I'm here with my roommate, Cornbread, a.k.a. government name Christian, and Jose. Say what's up, guys.
What's up?
It's Jose. But no, I want that actually spelled. I'm not spelled.
Spell out.
All right, well, today we're going to be going over tomorrow's game, tomorrow's Thursday Night Football, as well as a few other games this weekend. So we're going to get right into it and talk about tomorrow's game. The Patriots and the Rams. Patriots are sitting at 6-6, and the Rams are at 8-4. Who do y'all got tomorrow?
The Rams.
Oh.
You got the Rams?
See, that's a tough one. Because I'm kind of biased because I...
Patriots. Because you
Nah,
like the Patriots.
Yeah, also Cam Newton.
Yeah,
the whole comeback story and everything. That's why I've been rooting for Cam all season.
He just sucks as a passer.
Yeah. Patriots are coming off a 45-0 win last week against the Chargers.
Okay.
Chargers
see that coming.
Part of that was their defense.
Well, that's Bill
true.
Belichick. You can never. He's the greatest coach ever. He stopped Justin Herbert from throwing a touchdown this season. He was the first coach to do that.
They got two. I think they got
first
two
defense to do that.
And their special teams. What did they do? Block a field goal. And something else. Too.
Yeah, they ran back.
Their defense
they ran back for a touchdown on a kick return. And that's all coaching right there. But the Rams, Jared Goff's been hot. This season he's got 17 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a 93.7 rating on the year.
But if Jared Goff shits the bed against the Patriots defense, that's the thing.
I think fucking Jared Goff should have better stats with what he has.
Yeah, he does have. Cooper Kupp has.
Cooper Kupp, who's
Jared Goff,
the best slot receiver in the whole fucking game.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's up there. Cooper Kupp is up there.
Him and Cole Beasley too. Cole Beasley been going off.
Underrated.
I think he actually run the number.
Even in Dallas, Cole
2.
Beasley's been putting up numbers for a long time. He's a consistent slot receiver. It's going to be a good matchup for sure with Bill Belichick. You can never count them out. I think if the Patriots want to win, the only way they can have a chance is by getting their running game going in Cam, because their passing offense isn't the best. They don't got a lot of big-name receivers.
No, it is not.
And I think they got to control the play clock the entire game. That's definitely a major key going into a game like that. Stopping Aaron Donald in that Rams defense with Jalen Ramsey back there too.
Yeah,
Jalen Ramsey locked down though.
Yeah. All right. I think. I guess I'll go with the Rams.
I go Rams.
All right, so you're going Rams. What's your final score, Jose?
I got Rams in a close one. 27-24.
All right, 27-24, Jose. Rams. Cornbread, what do you have?
Dude, I thought it was gonna be.
I think the rush
The
for Patriots gonna be good.
What would you say? 25-27?
27-24.
27-24. All right, so I'll pick the Rams too, but I think.
What's your final score? Cornbread's got Rams by.
Dang, part of me wants to say I don't know. It could be either way. Either Jared Goff could go off and they could win by 10, or it'd be real close and they win by 2-3. I say Rams win by 10.
Rams by 10.
I'm gonna go big.
What? I need a score prediction. Give me something.
31-21.
31-21 Rams.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think Patriots, they do got a strong defense. You can never count Bill Belichick out, but I just don't see them stopping Jared Goff in that play action offense that they have, that high West Coast offense. So I'm going to go 35-17 Rams.
5-17.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that is tomorrow's night's game, Thursday Night Football. Let's get into some of these Sunday games. First one we got coming up is going to be the Colts. They're 8-4, sitting at second in their division. And then the Raiders, 7-5, also in second in their division, coming off a win off the Jets. What do y'all think about that matchup?
I like the Raiders. Derek Carr, 22 touchdowns, 5 picks.
I do like Derek Carr.
And
Derek Carr is
don't get me wrong,
underrated.
like he's been pretty consistent, but he has those like bad games.
Last week he went 381 for 3 touchdowns, and he finished with a 97.9 rating at the end of the game. But it was against the Jets.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Jets.
And they realistically would have lost that game if the Jets did not line up in a cover 0.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Having no safety help over top. They were just trying to tank for the game, it really looked like. So I think they should have lost. Even though Darren Waller had a crazy game last week, too. He finished with 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I think
But then again, I feel like anybody that plays the Jets.
Colts got a good defense, but they are
Henry Ruggs.
they are top 5 in letting up yards to tight ends this season.
Yeah,
And Darren Waller is a beast of a tight end.
Yeah.
I think it's second best tight end right now in football.
Because if we're looking against last week, both Phillip Rivers last week was 285 with 2 touchdowns. He had a 119.3 rating, so he blew Derek Carr's out the water. He just had an amazing game last week.
Who against the Colts?
No, the Colts did. Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. 285, 2. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like the Colts defense. They've been top 5 in the whole league consistently.
But
I think they're like second or third in pass defense too.
so didn't do so well against the Titans. Phillip Rivers did. Everybody else kind of sucked.
That's true.
295, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
He do so hot against Baltimore.
Not terrible. Yeah.
Who do y'all got in that matchup?
I got the Raiders winning.
You got the Raiders?
Yeah,
What's
I
the
got
final
them.
score?
I got the Raiders 20-17.
20-17. What about you, Cornbread?
Dang it, Jose. I don't want to keep agreeing with you. Okay. We'll go. Ooh. I'll mix.
All right, Cornbread, what do you think the final score for the Colts and the Raiders game?
Let's see. I see Phillip Rivers throwing for his average 2 touchdowns. So, but I'm gonna switch it up from Jose. I'm gonna pick the Colts. We'll do 24-17.
24-17 Colts.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to also go with the Colts. I think it's going to be 17-7. I just think their defense and Darius Leonard is way too hard.
Very low scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for that Raiders team to get anything going, even in Darren Waller and Derek Carr. I feel like Derek Carr is not going to have a good game. Maybe throw for 1 or 2 picks again. I just don't see them going anywhere, really, against the Colts defense. So I'm going to go 17-7. And then going into the other game, other big matchup of the week, I like Arizona at New York. New York at 5-7 on a hot streak, winning their last 4. And Arizona sitting at 6-6, dropping their last 3. Is it right? 3?
Yep.
Yeah. That's 3.
3-3 at home.
They're at New York, so I'm not 100% sure. But New York's defense is definitely something to.
Well, they've been playing some.
They've been playing some good
lately.
football. They're coming off a huge win at Seattle.
Yeah.
Even with no fans there, it's still a hard thing to do to go into Seattle and beat Russell Wilson in that high-flying offense.
Yep.
Right.
We barely lost to the Bucks by 2. Yeah, they're playing good football.
I mean, key matchup is 150 rush yards, is 4th in the league for Arizona offensively. On defense, the Giants allow 96.7 yards, fourth fewest in the league.
Yeah, that Giants defense is looking crazy. And last week they had 5 sacks on Russell Wilson. And today, this is something I kind of wanted to talk about in the last episode, but I didn't get a chance to. But this is just my personal opinions on how I feel about Ezekiel Elliott, our running back, obviously number 2-1 in the backfield. Personally, I'm still a huge fan of Zeke. I know a lot of fans were not happy when we signed him to his contract. I believe it was a $90 million contract. But nonetheless, I could have not been more ecstatic. Ever since Ezekiel Elliott came into the league back in 2016 in the first round, when we drafted him, he's done nothing but put up numbers. Yes, these last 2 years he definitely has regressed, if that's the word you want to say. But specifically for this year, I wouldn't say regress when you take into account the injuries that we've taken to our O-line. We're losing 2 of our starting tackles before the season even started, in Tyron Smith and Leo Collins. If you ask me, those are 2, if not the best tackles in football. Definitely top 3 in their position, left and right tackle, in my opinion. That's not including also losing center Travis Frederick in the offseason, him retiring, as well as Zach Martin due to injury as well. Our O-line is completely in shambles right now. Even the rookie we drafted is hurt. He was starting at center for Joe Looney when Joe Looney was hurt. But with Looney back, Biotis, I think is his name, is hurt as well at the center position. So our O-line just in shambles. So I really don't blame Zeke for anything that's going on, maybe besides his fumbles. But if you ask me, I think that just him getting his own head, him thinking he has to, make up for Dak being hurt and just our offense lacking in general. But the numbers I really like about Ezekiel Elliott is when he came into the league in 2016, he rushed for 1,631 yards and averaged about 5 yards per attempt. And yes, that was the highest in his career that he has ever averaged per rushing yard attempt. In 2017, he had 983 yards. Keep in mind, he was suspended that year for 6 games and still was top 10 for sure in running back yards, but almost cracked 1,000 with missing 6 games. So that's something crazy to think about too. 2018, he was just as solid with 1,434 yards. And then he did do it. If people want to say a drop off, but I don't count it as a drop off because he still ran for well over 1,000 yards in 2019 with 1,357 yards, 12 touchdowns last year. He was definitely less active in the passing game last year, only catching about 54 passes all year for 420 yards. And this year, that's something we said we were going to try to incorporate more of towards Zeke, but I don't see it. And even if we do, he does drop quite a few open passes. But nonetheless, I love all the numbers Ezekiel Elliott has put up since he came into the league. Could not be more ecstatic to see him with the Cowboy star on his helmet. He definitely is one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player on this Cowboy team. And people want to say, he's overrated, this and that, but I don't see it, man. Not a lot of other backs are getting hit 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still making their way forward to at least get back to the line or gain 1 or 2 yards. That's something I've never seen Zeke do throughout his entire career, is take a hit and fall backwards. He's always falling forward, pushing the pile, trying to get as many yards as he can. And if you ask any other player in the league, every interview I've seen, Ezekiel Elliott is one of the hardest open field runners to take down. He could jump over you. He could spin around you. He could just outrun you. I have seen a little bit lack of his speed in the last few years, but it looks like he definitely put on not weight. You can't really say he's a big guy. He's still pretty skinny. He's fit. He's definitely well put together, but he does run a little bit more stockier than he did a few years ago. I'm fine with that. He's our every down back to get those 1 and 2 yards, and Tony Pollard seems to have that speed that Zeke's been lacking. So I feel like between the two of them, that's a good 1-2 punch combo. We just got to be consistent in sticking with that combo, as well as putting Pollard in games when Zeke's not doing so hot, or just getting that finding the perfect rotation between the two of them. Other teams like Cleveland has done it similar, in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They got a nice 1-2 combo. I feel like Dallas could be on that same level. We just got to, stop getting behind in games so we can continue to run the ball. And I mean, that's really the biggest thing. You can't expect us to run the ball when we're down 14 going into the fourth quarter. So that was just a little, I wanted to touch on Ezekiel Elliott in this episode, nothing too crazy. But I do really love having Ezekiel Elliott on this team, and I hope he's here to stay forever.